Yes, you guys, welcome back. I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lines TV, and today I'm here to bring you guys another News Daily video. And for today's video, I'm going to focus on 3 stories today. They're going to be on the latest news surrounding Matteo Skintzer, Chilwell, and I'm going to be speaking about the third kit that's going to be released in early September, you guys. So things are really starting to pick up even more pace now. But before I continue on, let me get the plugs out of the way first. If you like today's video, then smash that like button. I'm going to be ambitious again and go for 4,000 likes for today's video. And for the final plug, my good friends at AA Sport asked me to come in and give my thoughts and opinions on the clubs who are most likely to win a top 4 spot for next season. Now, before I continue on, you guys, I'm going to play you a very brief clip from the full video.
City, Liverpool, Man United, and a surprise package, Arsenal. It's just come out of the blue. Nobody's expecting it, and you know what I mean. It's just going to be. It's going to be a complete surprise, isn't it?
Now, it's no surprise to me that Robbie is feeling pretty ambitious. Of course, Arsenal just recently beat us, so it's no surprise why he's feeling a bit too gassed. I'm sorry to burst his bubble though, but I think it's very unlikely that Arsenal are going to be anywhere near that top 4 race. And to keep things real, you guys, I think it's going to be the same as it was this season. I think the 4 main clubs are going to be us, Liverpool, Man United and Man City. Those 4 clubs have the most money to spend. These 4 clubs have the best players as well, and they also have the best managers. So things are looking to be pretty standard if you're asking me. And to be honest, I feel like we aren't going to see too many surprises from next season. If anything, the only surprises we may see may be some unexpected teams to be relegated, but other than that, nothing is going to happen and things will continue to remain the same, you guys. So at this point, this series is ridiculously entertaining. It's growing in popularity. If you want to watch the full video for yourselves, you'll find a link above in the card above and in the description below. And of course, you guys, make sure to interact in the comment section. Give your thoughts and opinions in that video. Who do you feel are going to be the clubs to get a top 4 spot for next season? So without wasting any more time, we start with the first story today, and I'm going to start off by speaking about the latest news surrounding Matteo Skintzer from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, he has been a name that's been doing the rounds recently. You know, recently in the Bundesliga, he does have a reputation as being seen as one of the very best defenders in that league. At 26 years old now, he has found and reached his prime and his peak, and he's looking quite exceptional as he's seen as one of the best ball-playing defenders in that league. Now, with the story today, it's pretty interesting. It was released by Gladbach Live, and what they're claiming is very interesting. They're stating that we have interest to sign him, and we're willing to offer a player as part exchange plus money to get that deal done. Now, they're claiming that we are willing to offer Andreas Christensen plus money to sign Ginter. Ginter is a very popular player across Europe, with teams like Atletico Madrid, teams from Italy and teams from France all monitoring the player. His current valuation is between 25 to 30 million pounds, and they're stating that we are willing to offer Christensen to get this deal done. Now, you know, with Gladbach, they've recently secured a Champions League spot, and they're in a position right now where they don't have to sell their best players. If you're asking me if there's any one player that we need to look at from that club, it has to be Zakaria. Zakaria, for me, I think, is definitely going to be a leading CDM across Europe. I mean, physically, he's ridiculous. Technically, he's great as well. And he's 23 years old, meaning that he's got plenty of time to grow and become an even better player. Now, when it comes to these reports, it is quite interesting in the sense that I feel like Ginter and Christensen are pretty similar. The only difference seems to be that Ginter has the physical edge over Christensen. Now, these reports seem to all come down to the fact that we have a good relationship with Gladbach. Of course, we allowed them to have Christensen on loan for 2 years, and let's not forget Hazard's brother also joined them as well. So I think these reports are literally just coming out from that basis to keep things absolutely real. Now, this story is quite interesting because only 2 days ago, Ginter himself stated in an interview from Kicker that he's definitely staying at Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, can we take his words very seriously? I feel like we have to, but this is football. Anything can happen, things can change, and to be honest, who knows what's going to happen in this area. I like the club's thinking. Ginter is exceptional at playing those progressive passes. His build-up play is exceptional too. Plus he has that physicality on top that really just complements his entire game. We can't forget this guy's had a big reputation for a while now. He was part of that Germany squad that won the World Cup back in 2014. And to see his transition from being a defensive midfield player to now playing as a centre-back, well, it seems like maybe this could be the thing we see with Declan Rice if we're able to get that deal done. It does feel like when these players play in midfield, it really boosts what they do from a build-up phase point of view when they move back into defense. So if you're asking me, I don't think that Ginter is going to come. Again, it's a nice profile of player we're looking at. I think it gives us good implications in regards to, other players that could fill that centre-back position. But I don't think anything is going to happen with this story whatsoever. And as Ginter states, he wants to remain at his club. Now, you guys, we do move on to the second story, and I'm going to speak very briefly about the third season kit for this season. Now, as you guys can see on screen, I'm using Footy Headlines as my reference for today's video. This website is renowned for getting the latest leaked news surrounding new kits. And they were the first ones to show the new kit how many months back at the start of the year. At the time, there were some conflicting reports potentially suggesting that, the colour scheme might be a bit different. I was personally hearing a lot about black and yellow being a potential colour scheme for the third kit. However, it seems like that might be something for next season right now. Right now, it looks like this will be our third kit this season. And I guess we have to accept that we are going to be like the Crystal Palace B team for next season. Now, you know what? Okay, I'm being a little bit mean. I'm being a little bit hasty. I personally feel like with this kit in particular, I'm going to have to buy it. And I think once I buy it, that's when I can make a real fair critique on how it looks. Because, a part of me does feel like it's not really keeping within the club's history when it comes to a colour scheme. For me, I think that if the red was swapped for a yellow, it could be beautiful too. And I think it would suit us a lot better. But at the same time as well, I also think that guys like Ziyech, Werner and Kai Havertz are going to look good wearing this kit as well. If anything, you guys, this kit is going to be pretty famous in the sense that it's going to be so unique. So if you were to buy it, you could be buying a kit that we could never see again. We may never see us wear a red kit whatsoever. So from that aspect, it could be worth copying and worth buying. Of course, I need to complete my collection, you guys. I think I'm going to get this regardless. Give me your thoughts and opinions. Now that we know that this is officially the third kit for next season, how do you feel? Do you like the look of things? Are you willing to give things a go? Make sure you guys let me know below. We do move on to the third story today, and I want to give you guys some news surrounding Ben, because it seems that things are looking a bit positive right now. It does seem, from what I'm hearing, and you guys know my sources are trusted, how many times I've given you guys the inside scoop. I let you guys know about MBM before the press started speaking about things. I'm blessed to know the people I know. I got to hand it to them. But from what they're stating, it does seem like talks are now becoming very positive, and this deal is really starting to progress a lot more now. Now, the only annoying thing is that I wasn't able to get some real concrete details this time. I think that a lot of things are still being kept under wraps, and all the news being released is quite secretive at this point in time. However, based on what I've been hearing, I do feel like we can make some very educated guesses based on the many numerous reports that have come out surrounding this deal. Right now, Ben is the #1 target. Now, I don't think this news is anything too different. I mentioned this in a previous video beforehand, but what I can tell you too is that Ben is very close to agreeing his personal terms with this club. Very close to doing so, and we know the minute that personal terms have been agreed, all that's left is agreeing on a transfer fee. Now, this is where things do get interesting, because this is where we can make some very educated guesses. Now, if the club are close to agreeing personal terms with Ben, this implies that they feel confident that they can reach terms with Leicester City. Now, reports saying that they want between 70 to 80 million, it seems like now that is not the case whatsoever. And if you're asking me, I will not be surprised if there's valuations between 40 to 50 million. And that's because we've said categorically we aren't spending any more than 50 million on Ben. So this does give us some very, very interesting things to think about, you guys. I've seen tons of things on socials with reports. Some reports say 50, some reports say 42, some reports are saying 40 million as well. But it does look like things are really starting to pick up. And at this point in time, it seems like Ben Chilwell is the favourite to become our left back for next season. Now, once Ben does sign, it means two things are going to happen now. It means that Emerson will be allowed to make his move and leave. And from what I'm hearing as well, there's a strong possibility we may be in the market for 2 left backs in this window. This makes a ton of sense. As I've said for so long and how many times, right now we can sell Emerson and Alonso for their maximum valuation. If we keep any one of these players for another season, we won't get anywhere close to the amount of money we want. And based on how many great affordable options there are in the market right now, we can sell one of our left backs to fund a move for a brand new one. So in this sense, things look very interesting. When it comes to Reguilon, you know, I'm trying to find out if things are absolutely concrete. Now, the reason why I say this, you guys, is that Sky Sports and other publications like ESPN's, they do have a habit of just running with stories coming from agents. Of course, agents like to use these news outlets for very strategic reasons. You know, if you're Kia Libertarian, you want to keep your connections with the big clubs strong. You know, you're going to put your clients out there, you're going to create stories, you're going to create buzz, you know, really fund the moves with the players at your disposal. It makes a ton of sense. It's how this industry has been run for so many years now. Now, right now, I can't 100% confirm whether these Reguilon links are 100% real. We do know that these outlets have a habit of really gassing up stories, selling us dreams, and never being accurate in the end. From what I'm reading though, it does feel like there could be some validity behind these claims. I think that Reguilon is available at an amazing price. And I think that technically you could afford to fund both signings of both these great young players. So let's see what happens on this front, you guys. Right now, it seems like Ben Chilwell is going to be our new left back for next season. And as I've said, if Ben does sign, this does imply that we are hoping to build our future left back. You know, Ben has some great attributes, and, you know, being at this club, working alongside your Lampards week in, week out, your great coaches and coaching staff and your Ashley Coles, etc., etc. He does have the environment where he can fulfill his potential and become a serious left back option. So, you know, it does seem like this window is looking absolutely amazing for us. The window doesn't end until, I think, the 5th of October too. So there's plenty of time to get even more business and deals done. Right now, I'm hoping some things work out in my favor. I just want Leverkusen to get knocked out this tournament very quickly. Now, yes, I know it's peak for them. They could miss out on UCL football, but if they miss out on things, it means that this Kai Havertz deal goes back in our hands, and there's a strong possibility we can sign Kai for even less money. So let's see what happens here, you guys. Things are starting to really pick up even more pace now. And on that note, I'm going to wrap things up and keep things moving. I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later for some more videos.